comes to the pure lane. So wouldn't be surprised to see Dokdam pick that one up, and it will be locked in.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes a lot of sense when you're talking about how a lot of these series between Gen.G and KT have been decided in lane, right? So draft for some early prio. You do have a really strong dive moments for many years now as the best mid laner in the world. And now they're looking mid.
Kaza looking to gank that best mid laner in the world. Chovy flashes immediately into the flag and drag. Knocked back with the seismic shot, but his rocks become his.
What is your role within this team, right?
Yep.
You know, when you take players who are like the focus on a different roster and you put them all together and you build with more and more and more stars, not everyone
See if Kuz is doing anything a little bit illegal, but for the moment, Kuz should be able to get one of these grubs. KT pushed in the top side. Ruler's going to answer that. Canyon looking for the flank from the bottom side. Bolt breaker onto BDD, lands the knock-up. Fate sealed out from BDD across the wall, using that ultimate just for a little bit of extra distance between him and Gen.G. Chovy coming in. BDD will dash out of the back of the pit, and KT will escape with only one of the grubs. Great smite from Canyon to secure the one that was contested, and Gen.G will get their second. And Valkyrie in if a fight starts sharpish. Meanwhile, the unstoppable onslaught coming out from Keen as he charges down here. The Drake falling lower, though, down to 2k. BDD jumping in just to distract. A quickness from Juro, a smite from Kuz. KT secure the Drake, and a great disengage as well, as Gen.G are the ones retreating, unable to find purchase in the fight.
They have found many advantages. There's been that snap engage. Duro in particular has been exceptional at this as they're...
And there it goes, straight onto Dokdam. Cease and desist living as the Caitlyn falls to Canyon. Gen.G on the board in the semi can do here, but it doesn't really feel like KT want to contest right now. The cease and desist from Gen.G, they want the fight on their terms, and they kill off the Nico immediately. Nothing that KT can do to collapse. Is for KT, do you hit?
Oh, Peter lost flash.
Do you go for the fight? Peter, no flash, as you say. That Nico, half of a champ if he can't get onto the backline, still looking for the engage. Meanwhile, the cease and desist into the quickness combo. A double charm comes out from Duro, and Gen.G just rip the hearts out of KT.
And that play from Duro, the man that at the beginning of the year was the weak spot for Gen.G, sets up on both sides of the fight. First gets the charm, allows them to engage on the jungler, then flashes his
class around the objectives, and just like that, not only is the advantage gone,
we'll just get blown
gonna
up.
get spotted potentially here. He's still in that brush.
They don't know.
Walks into the bush, there's Juro, gets the quickness off, Weaver's wall out, and the charm follows up! KT, though, still alive. Peter yet to fall. Cards going in with the flag and drag. Fate sealed. Flash away from Canyon. He dashes out with a bolt breaker. Gen.G now on the back foot. The ace in the hole cancelled by the knock-up. A seismic shove onto Kuz. Keen the first to fall. Gen.G on the back foot. KT still looking to find purchase in the fight.
It's still a big win for KT, though. We'll see if they can turn it into... As in the picture, Otacon's going.
Otacon's already started by KT as Gen.G look to take the fight. Canyon not here yet. Peter! Hot Blossom goes wide. And perhaps Gen.G can look to turn this one around now as KT don't have that big engage tool. Gen.G take their turn on the Otacon. Seismic shove just short of clipping onto perfect. Gen.G still on that Otacon. Down to 3,000 HP. Kuz looking for the engage, but he's locked up. Decimating Smash doesn't catch him. In the flag and the dragon. Still forced away. Gen.G will claim the Otacon.
Peter was literally seconds away from his flash, but because he doesn't have his available, Choby's able to flash out, and KT unable to take the Otacon and gonna lose the turret as well.
Yeah, and as soon as that ulti does not hit there from Peter, it's so tough now for KT to re-enter.
Stop was used in that topside play as well.
They go for Canyon, jump on him immediately with the bolt breaker to get himself out. The tower falls in mid. KT not really defending that mid tower for now, as KT still look to start up this Drake. Will be soul point for them. Chovy on the flank as he wraps around to join his team behind this Drake. Perfect with that equalizer. Weaver's wall. Perfect's on the wrong side of it, but can walk out towards the top side of his jungle. Drake down to 2,000 HP. Peter with the Pop Blossom! And a fight flowers for KT! BDD dives in! Gen.G are left routed as Ruler has nowhere to go. Flashes, but with an ace in the hole. One more bullet in Dokdam's shot. A cataclysm! The tomb for Ruler as KT clean up the fight!
Peter finds the engage to flip the game on its head. BDD and Perfect have the follow-up immediately. Beautiful equalizer, beautiful Yone ult coming across, gets them soul point, is gonna get them multiple towers here. KT with a picture-perfect team fight.
And there is the dive that was able to get KT the win. When they found that best of 5, the final game, it was Kuz and BDD.
If they find that good engage, they have the power behind him to knock him down.
Gen.G know the BDD isn't here right now. As Ruler, Valkyrie's in. Dr. has to flash across the wall, equalize it down as well. The Weaver's Wall from Chovy puts him on the back line. A seismic jump, gonna cut down perfect. Cataclysm in as KT look for the fight, but they just lock Gen.G in, and they don't have the damage. Keen on that front line. Mortal Blade coming out from BDD for the knockup. Chovy flashing forward, chucking the rocks into Dr. but he can't quite get the damage. BDD finds one. Dr. walks away wounded. Kaz dives into the middle, but they don't have it. KT routed by Gen.G. BDD locked up with the slow from a decimating smash, and that axe will make him go timber. Keen picks up the final.
It's Drake, so the timing a little tense, but we'll see if they can get and stay back.
I totally agree with you. I think KT forcing this. Sometimes you need a moment just to let everything reset. They're still on soul point. Gen.G, it's only their second Drake.
Zonia's double IE has been completed, so a lot of power still there for KT, but Gen.G is just so crisp with these engages. And now that they have the run of the map, it's very difficult to surprise them. Look at the...
Gen.G want to get a little bit more damage down, but I think they also know that this turret will hold on. The Chovy says no, and I grab that one as well.
Nice use of the Weaver's Wall there from Chovy.
I just love how much protection there is for Ruler. You know, you see the nothing out on the map.
They just don't have an easy way to get it down as well. They don't have a tank to face check for the support to run behind, and they also don't have something like a Rakan decimating smash onto Kaz, caught out with that lack of vision. Keen with the roar of the Slayer finds his mark. BDD forced away towards the top side. Peter having to flash Dr. underneath the tower. Pop Blossom from Peter will distract the rest of Gen.G. Cannon's going to go into the Guardian Angel, but the Angel's on his shoulder. Might be enough. Fate sealed from BDD onto the backline. They'll look for Ruler. Keen flashes. Get down, Mr. Ruler, as he blocks the shot from the ace in the hole. Decimating smash again. Perfect looking for more. BDD going in with a Mortal Strike 3. Tries to get onto Ruler. The damage doesn't tick. Ruler still stands. A Keen will run for him. BDD finds another Ruler down. Just the mid lane is left alive. BDD versus Chovy. We've seen it so many times over the years.
But Kuz is coming up fast.
Looking for the break. Duro doesn't have the smite from some of the spell book. It's gonna be soul for KT. From 5k behind, they find.
And they're just slowly sieging this. KT, one of the few downsides of that Yone is that ranged wave clear is tough. Same for the Rumble, so holding this off is tough.
Stoppable onslaught in from King just to break that trap line, just to break this tower. Weaver's Wall out. Perfect's going to be on the Gen.G side of it, but he's down towards the bottom of it and will be able to escape their clutches. The inhibitor tower does fall. Top lane in here below as well. 50 seconds left on this Baron. A couple of waves for Gen.G to play with.
Yeah, but it's KT holding on well. No inhibitors have fallen yet. They did lose the one tower, but only 40 seconds left on this Baron.
He goes in, and he tries to seal the fates of Chovy, but he pops a stopwatch immediately. The snapzap gets him. Cataclysm onto the backline. Gen.G have already lost their mid laner. A GA coming out for KT as they manage to back away. Gen.G lose too. BDD wants to make it more, can't find it, but KT hold on.
The engage from BDD is such a thing of
for Chovy. KT put up a snap trap line to try and stop them. Peter has that Pop Blossom. They'll look for the Fate Sealed. The Elder already down to 7,000. Shape Splitter out. Seismic Shot. Peter gets the Pop Blossom only onto Duro, but the Elder is secured, and now KT will look to turn the fight. Gen.G immediately run for the hills. Keen flashes across the Fate Sealed from BDD. Trying to take out Chovy. Duro falls on the back line as KT continue to collapse. Kaz dodges the Seismic Shot, but Chovy survives. The Elder doesn't quite tick him down.
Be taken down if you're Gen.G than Duro, but they are going to keep pushing. The backs are going to have to come through, and mid lane is going to fall, but the wave clear for Gen.G might be enough.
Okay, if we watch that, if we get this replay, you have to keep your eyes on the Seraph's cooldown.
They're still looking at Elder for the next minute, but it's going to expire. We talked earlier about the side lane waves, the side lane towers still being up. KT have to do a slow march through this top side.
There's a 15-second period here where Gen.G do not get to contest, and I imagine KT is going to full send it towards the Baron. Now it's KT that are the ones back in control of this game. There is still a good amount of vision, though.
Ward as well, up towards where the Krugs are.
15
if Gen.G
seconds.
want to look for it. 15 on the Elder. Baron now on the map again. Gen.G trying to step up, trying to face up against KT. The snap trap down. No autos onto Keen. Perfect looking for a flank with that Pop Blossom. The Baron down, taken by KT. Will they still look for the fight, or will they?
Elder, or will they play aggressively to try to close this game?
We're seeing there the possible TP ward put down by Duro. Note they can't hold on to the turret, but they can at least do that. Gold going to be in favor of KT, but as we're saying, we're at full builds for most people here. The Mountain Soul is firmly in favor of KT, but the Petals 37-4 here for Gen.G. Although the relative value of that experience not really gonna match up at this point. And Dokdam and BDD, the amount of damage these two players are dealing in these late game fights, full build on these crit carries is disgusting.
90 seconds on this Baron buff. 130 before the Elder. KT marching down bot. Gen.G trying to defend. Bolt breaker from Canyon is met by a Soul and Bound from BDD. He snaps back to his team, but not yet to reality as KT are looking to take the first game of their first semi-final over the MSI champions. KT pushing in. Gen.G struggling to find a defense right now.
And this all coming down to this. KT on the verge of taking the first game, but Gen.G are not going to fall over without a fight.
Keen still that meatball on the front line, but has to pop the ultimate to try and escape. Knocked up, forced away the Nexus Towers. KT's target is Dokdam. Headshots one. The next one for Gen.G, their last bastion of defense. The cannon minion still there, seismically shoved underneath the turret. The Baron expires in 40 seconds, and again KT just playing it slow, taking it patient, snapping back again. The Nexus Tower almost down. Canyon dives in, but Peter distracts the rest of Gen.G. Canyon size a GA, but the rest of Gen.G can't get to him. They've been equalized. The Guardian Angel down on Canyon, meanwhile BDD distracting. Generation Gaming. The Cataclysm in from Kaza will build the walls of Gen.G's tomb. Gen.G taken down by the might that is the KT Coaster.
And that